come out of this all right. I don't know why I'm feeling totally positive about this. Yes.
Howdy y'all, TV Crazy Man here. Today I've got for you the ultimate collection of the greatest goofs and the best bloopers of all time, or at least that I found so far. I've based this not on just my opinion alone, but from your comments as well. Remember this hilarious show McChale's Navy that was set in World War II? The guys didn't know the camera was rolling, and for no apparent reason they just started bursting out in the song. It's pretty cool.
Mau mau, hooma hooma mau 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 hoom mau mau, hooma mau mau, hoom mau mau, hooma mau mau.
When I love you, baby, baby, please don't go. Yeah, I love you, baby, baby, please don't go. Yeah, I love you, baby. Oh yeah, I love you, baby.
Nobody was more serious about busting criminals than the 70s detective Cannon, played by the legendary William Conrad.
You could lose your license for this.
Let's live dangerously, huh?
When Conrad says stay put, he means stay put.
Keep going. Well, it does. Well, it does when you consider that each one of them had a specific talent to contribute to a major... Right. Right? All right. Then we should have a phony run with your Moni Cub. Then we should have a phony run with your motor cub. Then we should have a phony run with your money car. Okay, that's pretty funny.
If I stay, I go up for life. What's the attraction?
I'll tell you what the attraction is. What is the attraction? How it works. Does the father resign, or does the quid just kid? Quid just kid.
Corduroy and the fair lady gives way to the putrid stink of self-interest. You know what I mean, Harry? Thinking only of number one.
You understand, Lieutenant, there's an article of war covering your conduct.
Sir, but
Not another word. I'll call headquarters. Give me headquarters.
Throckmorton. J.P. Throckmorton. No kidding. Hey, that's a mighty fine-looking cow you've got. Isn't that a hunk of beef for you? Sure, boy. That's a nice cow. Right. Where's your manners, anyhow? On top of that, you have a bad breath.
Golly gee, Fonz.
Well, I only said one golly gee.
He tried to send Elaine home. Oh, I did it again. It's Eileen.
Okay, here we go. Take it the same place.
I get so confused with so many.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Golly gee, Fonz.
I only said one golly gee.
Hey, he tried to send Elaine home.
That's
I
not
did it again.
The Fonz does not play guessing games while chewing.
You remember the girl with the motorcycle, all dressed in pink? Pinky Putz.
Oh, golly gee, Fonz.
I only said one golly gee. Wait.
Window featuring, in my window rather, featuring all the whatever the heck it is.
In this scene, John Hamilton, Perry White actor, gets knocked in the head for real.
Has everybody around here gone crazy?
This next scene from Have Gun Will Travel is probably the most hilarious use of a stuntman in a scene that I've ever seen. Hey, which way did I go?
This thing threw me. What is it?
Wanted to rule the world from Mars. I like the looks of that place.
When the Joker lands his UFO, Alfred, played by Alan Napier, appears to hit his head for real on the top exit door when he's exiting.
Here we are, senor, from soup to lunch.
Ran in 2 squadrons of bombers. Henkel 111s. Detective cover 1 squadron and Messerschmitt 110. The time we intercepted them, we were at the limit of our range. Jerry, of course, planning the raid had figured on that. With the result that we just couldn't hang on long enough. I think we got 2 110s. I'm not sure, but they were probable.
Here's one everybody remembers, where Superman has been shot at with no effect. He decides to duck when the bad guy throws the gun in frustration. This was actually Reeves' stunt double, Dale Van Sickle, who ducked. This mistake happened in The Mind Machine. Of course, normally Superman would not duck when the bad guy throws the gun at him.
How'd that go?
And now, some classic Star Trek bloopers.
You have no right. And we have the right. But you have no right. Because we're the right, and you're the right. Very good.
Let them pass. Kirk here. Spock here. Lieutenant, notify Starfleet as to our... Lieutenant, notify...
On the episode, The Return of the Archons, Kirk's landing party ends up in the middle of chaos in a town that looks suspiciously a lot like Mayberry, where the locals have gone into a frenzy and are throwing rocks at everybody. One of Kirk's men appears to get hit on the head with a rock, and it seems to just bounce off. Talk about hard-headed. Or was there something wrong with that rock?
Don't anybody move.
Admiral, I am receiving hailstorms.
Trying again.
Captain, you forgot all about the environment and all that stuff. Do you want to really do that? But this is not the way
If you're a big Trekkie, you've probably seen this blooper a lot. Well, I dug into it, and it turns out the giant picking up Kirk was Ted Cassidy, who wasn't even on this Trek episode from its second season. The episode was entitled Bread and Circuses. Apparently he was filming a western named McKenna's Gold, where he was playing an Indian. You can see in these stills from the movie that he's wearing the exact same costume.
Gonna do for you?
Yeah?
Barbara Hutton didn't do Boobaroosa.
I was Boobaroosa?
Boobaroosa.
You're California bound.
You gonna do for me what Barbara Hutton did for Rubarosa.
Rubariza. Now listen to me, all of you. You too.
Dismount!
Ice on your wings. It's not so good, Sonny. Not so good. Don't lose your head now. Remember what you've been taught.
Who the hell is walking across that sky?
Wake up! Excuse me. It's all right. All right, stop it. Don't get silly. Not me. Stop it! I don't like it.
Your capacity for that. She's devastated.
Not so devastated she lost her sense of direction. She made straight for the library.
That's all right. It's her library. She can make for it if she likes.
I hear you're collaborating.
Well, I can't work around here. Oh, you're following me. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
Boy, this is going to be a tough one.
After all the breaks I gave you.
Get it! Damn it. There it goes.
You think that, but you don't know.
Come on. Boy, this is going to be a tough one. I'll knock my brains out.
The winner and a new champion! Ho, ho, ho! I'm Wyoming Steve Gibson! It's a lie! I'm Wyoming Steve Gibson!
Because Dr. Frankenstein is making monsters again.
Marge, get me a drink.
This time he's attached the arms and legs of Agamemnon. Agamemnon?
Angie, you're my husband. I mean, I'm your husband.
Igor, would you give me a hand with these bags?
Certainly. You take the blonde and I'll take the one in the turban.
Stop that!
Basta.
May I go in?
Look, Jimmy, I'm glad you invited me over here, but what was the rush?
All right, John, I'll get right down to the point. I want to do a big two-fisted picture with you, like fun do.
Oh, no, Jimmy, it's out of the question. We use the toughest men in the business.
Toughest men in the business, huh?
That's right.
You know, John, that's the way it should be. That's what people like about your pictures. You know they won't see any weakling. We're going to do a picture together.
Well, I guess we could talk about it.
We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. John, we got to talk about it. They do anything to confuse me.
You know, folks, I first met Peter Lawford in London, where I was, I should say, I'm correcting their English. When I was over there, I was there.
And action.
8, 9. Oh, hi. You know, like everybody else, I'm paying more attention to physical fitness these days. And I've learned one thing. Physical fitness has to include dental fitness, dental health. Because if you're going to take care of your body, it makes sense to start with your mouth. And right now, during Children's Dental Health Week, check your family's dental health program. Because healthy teeth mean fine tobaccos. And he knows if he does hit her back, that we're going to put it in time. Good night, folks.
What? Thank goodness you're all right. I got here in time.
What is it, Lyle?
The men, they're rioting in cell block 3. Bert Waycaster is holding you and Cronin hostage. I missed the vines. The men, they're rioting in cell block 3. Bert Waycaster is holding you and Cronin hostage.
Lyle.
Warden, they're going to kill him if they don't get your demands. And I blew that.
Stay where you are. Stay where you are. All right, do the window bit. Get shot. Go.
Lyle.
They're going to kill him. Keep on. Okay. Help.
All right, I'll get off the ladder. And action.
This is Dick Anderson. Oh my gosh, it's 3 o'clock and I promised I silence the boy.
Back it up and do your line again.
They didn't like that?
Well, they didn't exactly like it, but I forgot the lines.
Why did he pick on Richie and no one else?
I don't know.
Sergeant Carter?
Sergeant Barnes.
We have a problem, Sergeant.
Yeah?
Yes, and it has to do with PFC Gomer Pyle. Now, he cannot shovel in my show, and he cannot sing in your hole.
So?
Oh, if he could. Sergeant Carter?
Sergeant Barnes.
We have a problem, Sergeant.
Yeah?
And it has to do with PFC Gomer Pyle. Now, he cannot shovel in my hole.
Hold it.
Damn it, I tried to...
Eyes front.
Okay, Pyle, what is that?
I felt it.
Is it some new secret weapon you come up with? Is that it?
I'm sorry, Sergeant. It's just a crow that I made friends with, and she just comes around to be friendly, I guess.
Go make a date.
You remember the time on the Batman TV series when the Batmobile drove right past Gomer's barracks?
Believe it or not.
Danny Thomas, 166. PG1, take one.
Don't worry, if you don't get it right, we'll take it again and again, then we'll beat you after a while. Come on, baby. And it's got 30% more protein per spoonful than any other cereal, and I gotta say it again because I blogged it.
Well, if you're gonna get so dramatic about it, I'll go move in with one of the neighbors.
You will do what?
Boy, somebody kind of hard on us this week. All right, come on. If I ever hear you complain, young man, you'll really get it from me. You're a pretty lucky kid to have your own room.
Well, if you're gonna be so dramatic, I'll go back.
It's simple, dear. You want to make a quick dinner look. You grab a box of Post Alphabets. That's that wonderful new alphabet cereal with all the letters shaped from A to Z. It's a delicious cereal. So sweet, but just sweet enough. Now, that's wrong. Shall we dance?
Take it the way you pick it up. Okay? All right? Start yourself on
Ah! Boy, if that'll make you happy, you'll be in heaven around here. You know what they call me? Loudmouth Dan.
Yes, I know.
Pick it up, please.
Yeah, let's do it again. I'm sorry, I stepped on your laugh, audience. You laughed in the most ridiculous place, you sloops. Oh, please, audience, don't applaud. Go back, Harry. The audience loused up our commercial. This time. All right, you say ABC delicious.
They're A, B, C, delicious.
sit next to me in the movie the other night.
Okay, cool it. Okay. All right, ready?
Hi, I'm Bob Crane.
Okay, I settle down.
We have a man who could be a great help in the design, the decor, Le Beau. You know how the French are with their flair, their style. All very decadent, of course.
Yes, very decadent. But we have ways and means of...
Got it. All right, so...
Not a lip.
Huh? How's that? Okay. All right, ready? How's they go?
Keep Germany tiny. Film it!
Their support? Hey, we gotta get this stuff to London, but fast.
Hey, send it out with the 2 RAF cricketers. Sure, use the emergency tunnel.
No, there's too much German activity near the No, there's too much German activity near the tunnel entrances. Exits. No, that's wrong.
Allow me.
Duncan.
All very decadent, of course.
All very decadent, of course.
Yes, very decadent. But we have ways of...
All very decadent, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very decadent. But we have ways of... Isn't that incredible?
Don't do it! I want to raise next show.
Someday, I'll play a tragedy again. Shakespeare.
Picked up a horse once. You want me to show you?
Yeah, let me see you do it.
Save it.
Wow.
Hi.
20.
Keep going. When you hit it, I'll yell bingo. I'll hell yell bingo. But if I'm going to tell Harry the truth, I better have a good, nourishing breakfast first.
Well, I gotta go to class, Mom. See you later.
Okay, darling.
Good luck.
Were we running then?
Yes, Mother, we were, and you blow it.
Mr. Sorry, the next time you do your program, would you do me a favor?
Oh, what's that?
All right, start again.
All right, action, please.
Oh, Mr. Sorry, I'm having a hell of a time tonight, aren't I, Ralph?
I'm going to start out at daylight. That'll give you a 4-hour start and enough time to circle the flats and get across the plateau.
Fine, we'll be there.
Good. See you.
That is a cut, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a cut.
Yeah.
Background. Action.
Yeah, Burn, you sure do smell good.
Sorry, I can't say the same about you.
Well, spending all day long wagon load of hides, you can't shut.
I count 5 kings. But they're not my cards. I forgot to blow the line.
All right. I don't know whether... Let's start again.
Cut.
Jesus, I wish I had a bullet.
Oh, Widow Cumberland.
I knew it. There you go.
I said the Widow Cumberland.
Okay, I know at least 9, including Lane, what the hell ever her name is.
What the hell did you say?
Don't make sense to me, kid.
Cut. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Lon Chaney Jr., who played the Wolfman, also took his turn as the Frankenstein monster in the movie The Ghost of Frankenstein, and on TV on an episode of Tales of Tomorrow in 1952. That series was filmed live, which led to a major blooper. For most of the episode, Chaney didn't realize the show was being filmed live and thought it was just a rehearsal. So not wanting to waste set pieces, he carefully set down pieces of furniture that he was supposed to smash, which of course was not very monstrous of him. Seems like back in the early days of television, there was so much more that could go wrong.
How is your aching back? Well, it depends on the weather, political and otherwise.
The Republican National Committee recently adopted a resolution saying you were pretty much of a failure.
I'm sure it was passed unanimously.
It's my head broken.
Look to your left. It's actually kind of spooky. Now, in the real world, it could be crewmen, but in the context of the show, maybe it's ghosts. There's another ghost in Autumn Crocus. Again, look to your left.
I'm coming, dear. I'm coming.
Yeah, I know I said maybe it's a crewman, maybe in the context of the show it's a ghost, but what if it's a real life ghost? We just don't know.
And I think we owe it to our country to keep our sense of...
Episode A House Divided. When Herman is testing Eddie's present, he seems to become much smaller once he gets going down the road. Irregardless, this scene in this episode is hilarious. This scene in particular. It just cracks me up every time I see it.
Thinking? Right. Okay, I got it. I want you to act lily livered and chicken belly just like every...
Penny, let's say you and me go down and see them steam ream the pie.
Okay, I want you to act lily livered.
You fed me a lot of...
False pretenses?
Yes.
Got it? I want you to act chicken.
That's it? Remember the time that Cindy...
Shirley.
Well, chicken? You know, liver-lilied. Ice cream.
You picking up on this? It's real subtle here.
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? You want me to act yellow-bellied and lily-livered? Yeah, that's it!
Here's a goof that made it to air from the TV series Kung Fu. David Carradine is fighting John Saxon when he turns into his stuntman 1 second, and then next we see Saxon's stuntman hanging out next to the tree waiting his turn.
Is joined with Super X drugstores to provide you with a new service. You can now get money for Super X purchases or for any other reason. You can also make deposits and guarantee your personal checks. Imagine 5.25% interest on your balance with your funds available 7 days a week. And it's free. Hollywood Federal and Super X, making the things you need easier to get.
Entire stocks of China. Entire stocks of...
These annual physicals. Did you give them the routine urinalysis, blood chemistry, chest x-rays, KRSP? Listen to this station, ladies and gentlemen, because coming up late, number 40 on the hit parade!
And there's even 90 days deferred billing on your prangies, wings.
Well, no, not directly, but it gives someone a real good reason to have,
The advantage of the old age is that you're never in a hurry.
Jack, closet.
You really believe you can lose weight that way?
jogging is it's a lot. It beats jogging. You never heard of anybody drop dying. I never heard of anybody who dropped dead from chanting. Nobody ever... Sure, it's easy for you to laugh.
You making coffee?
I'll be assisting. If anything goes wrong, I'll be there.
But he'll be running the show.
You're overlooking one irrefutable fact. Frank won't believe that she can be cured. The catheterization showed the possibilities that surgical frigus fort couldn't lumping starve her. The biopsy was positive. I talked with gynecology and...
I'm gonna win this time, Joe. I'm gonna win. Some Indians kidnapped the assistant secretary. Some Indians in Washington, isn't it?
The dancer, by the way, is Eric Estrada.
Well, you gotta start him young, Mom.
Pick up. Frank, Jesse John Hudson's on his way in. Good, Henry. Bring him to my office, will you? Right.
1942 Heisman Trophy winner from Georgia died early today at his Athens home. He was 70 degrees.
That as GM stock goes, so goes the market in general. And I asked him to give us an update on the validity of that argument. Hello, Bob. Get those eyes open now.
And a correction, Frank Sienkiewicz, who died early today at his home in Athens, was 70 degrees. Jim?
Yeah. Meltzer with sports and a report on the Eagles' big win over the Bagels. Hello, Bob. Your title,
Going towards Christmas. Is it getting too commercialized? Are people losing the spirit?
No, I think Christmas is a wonderful thing. I think they should have it every year.
Just get those eyes open now.
That's right. I'm wide awake here, Paul. Focusing on you.
Another strange occurrence happens in the episode Baby Food. For some reason, the traffic in the background is turning around for no apparent reason. It's almost as if the road wasn't completed and was just being used to film a TV series. Strange, isn't it? This next goof comes from either the coolest episode of Chips ever or the weirdest, because it featured ninja cops who don't use guns. It was actually an attempt at creating a spin-off called Force 7. It guest starred John Rhys Davies from Sliders and Indiana Jones as the bad guy, and Fred Dryer from the series Hunter. The actual stars of Chips were barely in this episode.
Works for me.
The biggest goof that I found was some of those missed kicks in the show. I think it's safe to say that that wasn't even close. You know, if they would have put me, Claw, the Kung Fu Ninja Cat, on that show, it would have been a huge hit. Oh, thank you. Oh, very much. Not 100% sure, but I read that this was the orangutan from Any Which Way But Loose that starred Clint Eastwood. Oh, I also noticed a goof on this one. When Punch asked the ape to hit the brake, they didn't do a very good job of hiding the fact that the orangutan's trainer was guiding his hand.
Oh, humor.
Okay, that just struck me just then. I thought, hey, it'll work.
What is that?
What?
The cradle.
Cradle? Ha! Births of derisive laughter. Something like that. Go back.
I failed. Watch out. Take back.
1 second, Mark's watching television. Mindy turns it off, and then it's just gone.
Look. No. Oh, well, I'm okay now. Let me take it back 1 second. I screwed that all up. But they didn't know. Mindy, I got the scholarship to Notre Dame.
One thing I hate is sitting in a room full of losers listening to some...
Action, we've got to move. We've got a deadline. We've got people to meet. Okay, fly, dinner.
Here's another goof for you. In the episode PS 2001, Murph's pet frog turns into a really cheap prop with his mouth stuck open on the longer shots. I vaguely remember back in '81 pointing this out to my mom or my sister or somebody. I'm just not sure.
I hate to barge in like this, but Mork, no.
Oh, yes, sugar ship. Oh, yes. I've got to stay your ocean ship.
And recess.
Oh, Rosa, to the northing. Oops. Oh. Wait, I know where we are. Tell me, shut up!
In the pilot episode, Starsky's positioning himself in a hallway next to a door leading to a room where thugs are situated. Once the action starts, one of the thugs tries to blast through the door to hit Starsky. Something seems off here. Let's try that again. Didn't that bad guy just, well, never mind. This next one is really strange. Keep in mind that there's not supposed to be anybody in the back seat at this time.
You're traveling through another dimension.
Also in this episode, the Torino has suffered some damage, and like the General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard, seems to have healed itself later on in the episode. Because Starsky didn't have time to stop at a body shop, not when Hutch's life was on the line. So JoJo, Starsky reveals his years of experience and training on important stakeouts by showing his ability to actually see through binocular straps. In the episode The Setup, Starsky and Hutch help a girl jumpstart her car, but unfortunately for them, it's a setup, and the car is rigged with an explosive. But luckily, the Gran Torino did have a stunt double. This action-packed, slightly sci-fi western required a lot of cool stunts that actor Robert Conrad liked to do for himself, for the most part, until this particular stunt didn't go quite as planned. From what I read, he had to go to the hospital after this stunt. Notice how he appears to hit his head when he lands. Now after this episode, you can see stuntmen filling in for Conrad from time to time. This particular stunt from first season episode puts Conrad up there in superhero territory. Now if you look closely, you can see the table he lands on is made for landing, as it's made out of some kind of cushiony material, which is a good thing because he might have had to go to the hospital sooner if he would have landed on a hard table. Even on a sci-fi western like the Wild Wild West, they didn't want modern modes of transportation popping up. But sometimes it did happen, and with big screen HD TV sets we have these days, it's easier to see those instances where modern civilization infiltrated the Old West. Another jet or airplane pops up in the episode The Night of the Gruesome Games. In the episode The Night of the Turncoat, it looks kind of like they filmed it near an interstate. You can even see what looks like maybe a truck driving by on the far left. And this one admittedly is kind of hard to see, but if you look sort of toward your right, you'll see a vehicle passing behind the bushes. I don't know, it's just always neat to me to see a car drive by on a western. In the episode The Night of the Turncoat, in an underwater scene, a man in scuba gear pops up behind Jim West for no apparent reason. Not to mention the fact that I don't think scuba gear was a thing in the Old West, but then of course this was the Wild Wild West TV show where such a thing could be possible, I suppose. Now let's go to Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein from 1948. When Dracula and the Wolfman are fighting with Costello, caught in the middle, Frankenstein starts to move, and one of his electrodes comes right out of his neck. It's actually kind of gross, if you think about it.
I was imagining things, huh? You got that right?
Believe it or not, in order to keep up a funny, energetic atmosphere, Abbott and Costello actually hired a guy to run around screwing things up and creating bloopers to keep the mood light.
The team's right-hand man in charge of cutting up was a professional clown named Bobby Barber.
Camera. Are you Wilbur and
Cut.
Now watch this as Abbott and Costello's hired prankster follows Bela Lugosi down the steps.
One should be careful. A person could get killed that way.
Alright, here we go. Alright, camera.
Of course not. Silly boy.
Boy, I'm floating on a cloud of crap.
You crazy! I've been here all the time. Now get me those crates.
You've been here all the time. How long have you been here?
5 minutes.
5 minutes? What are you beefing about? I think I screwed up the whole thing anyway.
Glenn Strange, who played Frankenstein, said at one point that he could never get through this scene because Costello would just not stop cutting up.
I can't help it.
Now, Bela Lugosi, what they said, was a super serious guy. Now, he didn't care if everybody else cut up with their scenes, but when it was his turn to deliver a line, he wanted everything to go just right.
The real thing.
Yes, right on McDougal's House of Horrors.
What an odd hallucination. But
About 15 cents a piece. Now imagine going to the theater today at that price. Here's a couple of fun goofs you may have missed on this classic monster movie. In the horrific scene where Kong shakes the sailors off the giant log, notice that one of the sailors seems to fall twice. Of course, you don't need to be too freaked out. I think they use crash test dummies for the landings. Before Kong busts through the gate, one of the natives of Skull Island has a costume malfunction.
Powering my muscles, I can't seem to control them.
In the episode Super Friends vs. Super Friends, Aquaman has been captured. Or has he?
It's been over an hour and there's no sign of Aquaman or the diving bell. It's been over an hour and there's no sign of Aquaman or the diving bell.
The signal ring locator should spot him anywhere on Earth.
He's right there, for crying out loud.
Oh, radar screens. There's no sign of him.
Seriously, he's right there.
Aquaman's ring is either malfunctioning or something is trapping its beam.
How could you not see him?
We'll split up and search.
He was standing right next to you.
You two stay here. If you receive any message from Aquaman, contact us immediately.
Of course, they did find Aquaman later, but they lost Batman's original trunks somehow. And Batman got so upset by it that he gained weight and his logo turned into some sort of ink spot. And that's not the last time Batman's logo got out of whack.
Just taken over the SP oil reserves in Saudi Arabia.
We've got to try to stop him. Come on.
What in blazing kryptonite is happening?
You thought the Super Friends goofs were mind-boggling. You ought to check out the goofs that happened when Batman teamed up with Scooby Doo.
See anything?
In one scene, the Mystery Machine's name is backwards. Batman's gloves disappear and reappear a second later.
He's not in the next aisle. See anything?
At this point, you have to wonder if they are messing with us or if this is some sort of test. I'm just not sure.
Those devious devils.
It's like, how many things can you spot that are wrong in this one picture?
See anything?
I mean, first of all, Batman has no glove, which, I mean, I could see they maybe forgot to draw the glove, but then he's got this ring on his finger, which makes no sense. Of course, he has no Batman insignia as well.
Amazing, Batman. Absolutely mind-boggling. There must be an explanation. Robin, this could be a case of group hypnosis.
Next, we have a mystery that's almost as bad as the time that the Super Friends lost Aquaman in the Hall of Justice.
Shaggy?
Scooby-Doo, where are you? Where do you think they could have gone?
Who knows?
I think I just solved this mystery. There's Shaggy, and Scooby must be in the back.
Fred! Daphne! Velma! Wait up!
I don't know about you, but my mind is blown.
There's something fishy about this. Precisely, Robin.
This isn't the only time they've done this.
Velma's disappeared.
I'm gonna disappear too!
Back here, we've got to find that girl.
Come on, spread out. Let's find her. Come on, spread out. Let's find her.
I sure hope they can find Velma. You know, these are some detectives and mystery solvers. Batman can't even keep track of his pants.
And when those poor, deluded villains arrive, they'll find a reception committee waiting for them. Us.
Well, I know I'd definitely run the other way if I saw those two coming.
Here goes.
Didn't the Penguin just throw his umbrella into the Batman balloon?
I'm sorry you had to see this too.
If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. It really helps the channel out. I've got bloopers, goofs, fun facts, and even some imaginary team-ups on the channel based on classic movies and television. Also, please hit the like and comment. Let me know what you thought about the video. Unless you hated it, of course, then maybe just pretend like you never saw it. But be on the lookout for my next video, which will likely be on the Beverly Hillbillies, as I've already started doing my notes on the show. Have a great day. Or good evening, depending on what time it is.